Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxtear, on the show this evening. It's all Bear and young Bridgeman. How we doing, gents?
I'm great, guys. How are you two?
Oh, young Bridgeman, I just love it. You could come to my house anytime. Can I just say a huge good evening to you two guys? Massive good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening all over the world. Listen to this. We're top of the league. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Yeah. Last time I invited them up to his house, he said, right, Ox, move that sofa here, move this here. I was knackered.
Build up bed.
Mother, how you all, Bear? Good to hear from you, brah.
Hi, I'm fine, mate. Absolutely fine. Health's great. That's the most important thing. Top of the league. Enjoyed that. But I'm very, very happy, Bear. Must admit, very happy.
I mean, great point you made, Bridge, about being top of the league. Come on, let's be honest. We're top of the league and we ain't firing on all cylinders. Bridge? Oh, he's away getting another joke for me today, old Bear. But we ain't firing
He's away for a wee lie, don't he?
Aye, I know. He's been on for a while.
The bloody thing, when they come off a mute there, I'm raging.
One more chance, you're going to get barred for a month.
Yeah, it was.
What is it you're putting on mute? Your mouth or your phone?
Both. Neither of the two of them work.
Any of the two of them. If they work, I get one out of it.
Right. Would you two gentlemen agree we ain't firing on all cylinders yet?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what we'll do, old Bear. We'll hear the view for the Bridge. We'll hear for your gaffer, Stevie G, and then we'll hear for you your thoughts. How's that sound?
That sounds great, mate. View for the Bridge, highlight of the week for me.
Highlight of the week. You've got to get out more often, bruh. You've got to get out more often. Right. Get yourself on mute, because we're going to hear a view from the Bridge.
Oh, listen, good evening, everyone, and welcome to A View from the Bridge, covering the St Johnstone versus Rangers match on 11th September 2021, SPFL Premiership game. Some news for the team. Connor Goldson is self-isolating and misses the start of the first game for 82 games. St Johnstone are without a league win so far this season, though they were boosted before the match by news that their manager, Callum Davidson, has extended his contract to 2025. Congratulations to him. The game. A long, slow tempo error strewn first half was a return to some of the previous poor displays we have seen. One long ball down the inside left channel for St Johnstone causes some problems for our central defenders, and number 29 is beating them for pace. Our goalkeeper comes out to clear the ball and completely mistimed his challenge, and number 29 nipped in and took the ball ahead of him and was hacked down. And so, a very late challenge. And unfortunately, the goalkeeper got booking. That's thoroughly deserved booking, actually, for what he did. But a very poor play by the Rangers. Lack of concentration in a number of positions. We were in most of the possession, attacking our opponents, seemed to park the bus every time we got the park, their own penalty box, making the frustration level go higher and higher. We did make some good chances, both headers and shots, which we missed or their keeper saved. It really was all Rangers, and unfortunately our final ball was just not up to scratch sometimes. Our captain, Tab, started to ease himself into the game after the half hour, getting in some nice crosses, which we failed to convert. Looks like he's getting back to some of his previous good form. Half-time, nothing each. Started the second half a lot better, but it wasn't long before he made another blunder and fell behind to another long ball down the inside left channel for St Johnstone, causing a major problem for Helander, who lost sight of the ball and it bounced off his leg right into the path of number 29. Helander was like Bambi on ice and eventually lost his balance and fell to the ground, leaving number 29 to put the ball in. And a lovely shot by the. I have to take my hat off to him. Well scored, a great goal for him and for St Johnstone. We had a mountain to climb if we wanted to win the 3 points out of this game. The blow seemed to shake Rangers awake, and Ryan Kent, who up till then had been a bit below his best up to this point. One of the nice passages of play from us sees a nice ball through to Kent, who dribbled into the box and delayed his shot long enough to entice Muller into a tackle of sorts. But he caught Kent's left leg and brought him down. Ref made the most sensible decision of the game and gave us a penalty. Kemar Roof strode up to take the penalty and blasted it down the middle and into the net. 1-1 with the famous. Roof ran into the net, picked the ball up and was started to race back up the park, but the St Johnstone captain, Craig, tried to wrestle the ball from him and Morelos gave Craig a slight nudge. Craig fell to the ground, poleaxed. Then Sean Rooney got involved into the melee. The ref made the worst decision of the game and booked 4 players, 2 from each team, when only Craig should have been booked. The others shouldn't have been booked. It was just stupid. A poor referee there. One of the poorest refs in the game we got recognised today. Really, really poor. Our fans behind either goal responded to that flurry of action, and the team showed the kind of intensity which was sorely lacking in the first half. Tav and Kent both flashed shots just over the bar, and Roof began to cause problems for St Johnstone's back three. Some lovely passing from the team sees a nice ball passed out to Kent, who finds Tav in the inside right berth, and he strikes forward, and that's a sensational 25-yard shot into the far post area of the net. Wonderful goal. Rangers guard their strength and defended resolutely to the end of the game. Full time, 1-2. The Rangers crowd were brilliant, and it was a very exciting end to the game for the Bears. For me, they were a team full of body checkers and snidey foulers. The ref was not kind to us at all in the game and took the easiest decisions and ignored most of our claims. Kent was hunted down by their players at times and fouled persistently throughout the game. No protection from the ref. I could go on and on about the ref, but I have to be careful. I thought it was shocking. Player by player, there are no 10s out of 10s, let's put it that way. So McLaughlin 7, Tavernier 8, Balogun 7, Helander 7, Bassey 7, Aribo 7, Davis 7, Kamara 7, Roof 7, Morelos 7, and Kent 8. Man of the match, Tavernier, followed by Kent. Stats for the game. Possession, 30% St Johnstone, 70 Rangers. Total shots, 5 for St Johnstone, 10 for Rangers. Shots on target, 1 for St Johnstone, and they scored, and 4 for Rangers. Corners, 6 for St Johnstone, 7 for Rangers. Fouls, 14 for St Johnstone, 11 for Rangers. Yellow cards, 3 each. And this is the end of A View from the Bridge.
Take anymore. View from the bridge. Can't take anymore.
I'm just waiting for the nod till we get the Stevie G interview. Fox will be right with us. Quite interesting you're marking on Kent, but we'll come to that after we hear from Stevie G, mate. I definitely didn't see it like that, mate. Man of the match. But I'd be interested to see what Albert thinks. Albert?
I don't think it's a brilliant game, no. I mean, I thought he was effective in wee glimpses there, and especially when we went one each. Straight after it, you could see the fight back in his play.
Best part of his game. Anyway, we can hear from our gaffer, Stevie George Gerrard.
Stephen, a terrific 3 points. How are you looking back at the 90 minutes today?
Well, look, it's a very important win, and I think the players deserve a lot of credit because this is not an easy place to come. We all are well aware of the success they had last year, and I said before the game in me pre-match presser that they can be stuffy and organised and difficult to play against. The pitch is obviously getting drier, the grass is long, things are against you. But credit to the boys, they've showed a real good fight. They've competed throughout the game, and we were asked a question. We were asked a question today, and champions normally find the answers, and that's what we've done. So credit to the boys.
I think the big word in the last couple of weeks has been unity and togetherness as well. Did we really see that again today?
Well, look, we're not champions by fluke. We've had to build this, and we've had to work ever so hard to become together, to become a team. Not even a team, a squad. As I said before the game, teams win you 3 points in games, but squads win you important titles, and that's the reason why we're champions, because we've got that unity, that togetherness. We've got good players, and we're starting to come to places like this when we're asked tough questions and want to find the answers, which is pleasing from my point of view.
It was maybe one of those games where you were going to need a right good moment of quality to get the winner, and you got that from your captain. Outstanding.
Look, first half we didn't do much wrong, but you could see that final cross, we weren't taking enough shots on, and you're looking for that moment of quality. I thought the first goal was a very good goal as well. I know it's a penalty, but it's the lead up. We had to compete, we had to fight, and then when we got it on the floor, we could impose our style. Joe Aribo, fantastic pass into Ryan, and he's looking to get a shot off, so it's a definite penalty. And credit to Kem, you know, he took the ball off James, or he's asked for it, and he took it, he stepped up, and he scored an important goal. The second goal is just world class. You know, there's a lot of noise on the outside about, you know, Nathan Patterson and when's he going to play and when he's going to break in, and he's a terrific player and he's going to get a lot of games of football for us, but we also have to respect the fact that we've got the best full-back in Scotland. Okay, Scotland have got the best right-back in Nathan Patterson, but we've got the best full-back in Scotland, so I'm very lucky.
How's Phil Hollander?
Not sure. It doesn't look great in my initial chat with Phil. He's obviously bandaged up with a lot of ice on and he's getting assessed as we speak. But it's probably one we're going to have to give it a couple of days, scan it, and I'll probably have more news for you then. But I'm a bit concerned talking to you now.
That said, pretty pleasing, I guess, you know, bringing Jack in, having to play with Leon for the first time and he'll really firm at the end there. Jack
Simpson's ready. I had a chat with Jack a couple of days ago and I said, look, you keep doing what you're doing. This is on me because I can't find him enough appearances at the moment, but his opportunity might come on the back of this. Hopefully Phil's going to pull through. We obviously get Connor back pretty quickly, but Jack's ready and great pro. He's been fantastic since the first day of pre-season and he's learning all the time, and I'm pleased I've got 4 top centre-halves. And now looking ahead to Thursday, and a really fantastic occasion that's going to be against the top side. Yeah, well, we need to enjoy winning today. You know, we'll sit top of the league for a short time, but that's where we want to be. And what a fantastic fixture to look forward to. I'm sure Ibrox is going to be rocking. And Leon at home is a real tasty encounter. We're going to have to be at our best to get a result, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. I'll be back, gentlemen.
Yep.
Yes, we are indeed.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll be interested to see what the punters think when they phone in about Bridges marking. I get it, Bridge. I think there was no stars, nobody was outstanding, nobody was. But there was moments. Even the gaffer said that, Albert, that we were very pedestrian in the first half. Didn't do a lot wrong, but not a lot right.
It's a strange game, and it really is football. I mean, it's one of the games that can take you from the lows to the highs in the space of minutes. You know what I mean? And that first half, we played some. I watched it again, and we did play some nice stuff. We really did. We're not getting any credit at all for that first half because it was so slow. But we did play some nice stuff. But again, we've said it before, we're not creating enough chances, and that's what determines whether you're a good or bad team. Creating and taking chances, but. Hey ho! The good thing for me was we won ugly. Let's not kid ourselves on. We won ugly, but we're not making the game ugly. Rangers are not making the game ugly. It's the teams we're playing that are making the game ugly. We're trying to play football, decent, attractive football, which will attract punters through the gates. But we're not allowed to. It's just that these teams, they all play the same way. I don't see any difference between Livingston, Motherwell, St Johnstone. But I don't see any difference for these teams. They all play the same way. Very rarely you get 2 teams in Scotland going at each other. Maybe the Old Firm. But they get through periods of one defending, one attacking. But these other teams are it's just all defence. And I don't give that any credit. I've said it before, you can train Shave Depps to do this. It's no difficult. It isn't difficult and it shouldn't get credit. But that clowny manager there, that Davison, looks to me if he's been hitting the head with a pantomime hammer, know what I mean? But I think he's a clown. I really do think he's a clown. He just get his team want to kick lumps at any football player they can actually get next to. And if you're stupid enough, you let them get to you. Don't let them near you. You just move the ball that fast they can't get near you. But if you're going to hang about in that ball, which Kamara, Aribo and Kent have got a tendency to do, well, they're going to get to you and they're going to clobber you. And that's exactly what we were doing on Saturday. And I'm screaming at the telly, move it faster. Don't let them near you. Keep the ball moving and they'll not get near you. You'll show them up for what they are. You know what I mean? They're just hammer throwers. They're crap, absolute hammer throwers. I mean, it's a disgrace that they two teams, I mean, that team won the two cups. I mean, it really is a disgrace for Scottish football that a team of that calibre can win your national cup and your other cup. It's disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful.
The history books say that, mate. We can't take that away from them. Going back to your point about the punters, I mean, if you take it that that's been the greatest season in that club's history, 2 cups into Europe, some decent ties, a wee bit unlucky. Where's their punters, and why don't they just move them and fill the stadium so it looks better? Marketing for Scottish television, for Scottish football. I just don't understand it.
I can tell you with a punter, would you want to sit and watch that football? I mean, let's call it what it is. Would you want to sit and watch that? Because if Rangers played like that, there's no way you'd get me to games. I wouldn't sit and watch that week in, week out. I mean, that's disgraceful football. And the whole of Scottish football's like that. You need to change the product. I keep going on about this. Change the product to draw people back in. Make it a product that no other league in the world's got. Make it attractive football for everybody, for all the teams. And that's what should be happening. If we want to draw sponsorship in and crowds back, we need to go a different route for everybody else. Everybody plays this type of football, low blocks and all this garbage, part and bus we used to call it. And that's all they do. And you don't need good football players to do that. Any average football player can do that. It's no difficult. And I hate it when they all go in about they're well organised, they deserve a lot of credit. No, you don't. It's nonsense. I know you've got to defend, but when you see decent defenders defending, you go, that's an art. Baresi, Maldini. Now, these are all brilliant defenders. But you don't call Rooney and that Craig and that McCartney, you don't call them good defenders. They're just hammer throwers, want to kill people and getting away with it with that idiot Colum. No, I mean, he's standing back watching it.
All right, mate, all right. Bridgeman, Ryan Kent, what made you think he was an 8 out of 10 and man of the match, mate? What was your rationale?
He'd what, four shots at goal, if my memory serves me right. Very close, all of them. But he was the only one that was able to go and run away from them, basically. But it was invariably hunted down and whacked to the back. And all the things that were on base still got up and still went into them. And he made the penalty, to all intents and purposes. He was victim for the penalty. And he made a lovely pass to Tavernier as an assist. So I thought Tavernier I gave Tavernier man in the match because I thought in the second half he strode all over that park on the right hand side. I thought he was tremendous, and it wasn't great in the first half. He started to come on just at the end. And welcome back, Mr. Tavernier. What a goal to bring it all back in, fabulous. And a young Kent, I say young Kent, but my God Almighty, he took some hammers yesterday. They have them in two about 3 or 4 times, and it's just shocking. That Colum never makes a decision when it comes to
Rangers. I just don't like where Kent was playing Albert, and right through the middle. I think he's more effective isolating people and driving at them at the edge of the box on the wings.
He doesn't seem to want to drive as well, even if he gets in the positions. But I agree with you. Through the middle, it's too congested. You know what I mean? For him to show his ability, because he can beat one, he can beat two, but if you're running it, you just keep running into layer after layer of defender. It's really difficult. But I agree with you. It should be. Well, the team should be set up to isolate him on a 1-on-1 with players if we can. That's the idea. But to be honest with you, he didn't play well. He didn't play bad, and he never hides. That's the positives of the boy. I really do like the boy for that. He never ever hides. And when he do get a wee bit of brilliance with him, it usually is effective. You know? I mean, it usually can affect a game. But Tav, back to Tav, if you don't mind. I thought Tav was garbage yesterday, absolute garbage the whole game. But he gets the man of the match because he alone produced the one piece of class in the whole game. All the players, he produces that, and that goal gets him the man of the match because that was just unbelievably brilliant. But I think if you spoke to Tav yourself, he wouldn't be happy with his performance. And I'm not getting into the debate, he's a bad defender and he's a good... I'm not getting into that debate. I'm just saying he had a bad game on Sunday, as most of them did. But again, as I say, they're not getting allowed to play their football. They're getting kicked. I mean, somebody ought to tell that column it's football he's refereeing, no rugby. I can't believe how many times these play. I mean, they fullbacks are theirs. They dive in front of you and then fall down and want a foul, and they get the foul. You're going, wait a minute, he's diving in front of you. That's a rugby tackle he's saying. What's he getting a foul for? But anyway, that's just Scottish football, isn't it? But we won. We won ugly, and I'm happy about that. But it shows you that there's more to this team than people, no Rangers supporters, but people outside the Rangers give them credit for. This team can win all sorts of different ways, different games, ugly, really nice, fight. You want a fight? We'll get a fight and all. Doesn't matter. We'll win. We keep on winning now, and that's what makes champions, as we all know. I liked his statement there. A team gets you 3 points, and a squad gets you a league. And he's absolutely spot on with that. That's absolutely right.
All right. Get these lines open.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Listen, Bridgman, I don't think anybody was particularly awful when maybe 4 or 5 out of 10, but I didn't think anybody was 8 or 9 out of 10, if I'm being honest, you know. It was a dour game with a moment of brilliance for James Tavernier.
I think I've said this to you in the past, and I will not go down and they need to be pretty bad for me to give them a 6, let's put it that way. And I never saw any 6s. And it's only the way I mark it. And I think that 7's a good mark for them. It means that they're playing no bad, that's all. And an 8, they're starting to play better. And that's just the way I see it. I don't see 4s or 5. Look, they need to be absolutely woeful to get a 4 or get below 5 for me. We've had a couple of games like that, and they've been borderline for me. They got 5. To go below 5, they must be absolutely dire. So I dare say it's just the way we look at things, you know. Maybe my 7 equates to your 5, just for saying sake, you know.
Aye, well,
Can I give my scores on the players?
Game on Thursday, and I don't want you knocking their confidence. On you go.
I'll not give you the scores. I'll just tell you, McLaughlin, bit ropey at times. He flapped a couple of times. Tab I've already spoke about. Balogun, poor, average to poor. Helander was poor, average to poor. He really was. Bassey was poor. I thought he was very poor. I didn't think he handled that Rooney well at all. Kamara, so. He can play better. He can play a lot better. Same with Aribo. But Aribo did have some nice touches now and again. Hangs onto the ball that too much, but he needs to put the ball. Wee Davis kept the thing. The usual Wee Davis, 7 out of 10. Bang, there you get it every time. Kent, in and out again. Very poor for his standard. Morelos, wasn't even at the races yesterday. That's why he got involved in the fight. He just wanted something today. And Kamara he was all right, but the three forwards, there's no chemistry between the 3 forwards. For whatever reason, I don't know, but there's no chemistry. They need to start working on each other's movements, and they need to start playing together because they're isolating each other. It's madness. It's absolute madness.
At this moment in time, we ain't got 3 forwards where Ryan Kent's playing, mate.
Aye, he's no. I'll give you that. He's not playing well. No, I don't think any 3 of them.
Where he's
playing. Where he's playing. Aye. It's not working. The forward line's toothless. It has been all season. I don't think the forward line's been good all season. And you can't say they're bad players because the 3 of them are good players. So you're sitting going, what's happening here? Why they no getting involved? I don't know if it's the midfield no get pushing up or nobody's picking the pass. That's maybe one of the things. Nobody's picking passes.
Here's the thing I never thought I'd say, right? Just out of curiosity, and I'll go to use 2 wise gentlemen. I was speaking to somebody today, and he pointed out is even though he's Mr. Consistent, is Stephen Davis part of the problem?
I know. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to say that. He does things.
I think it's Stephen Davis, yeah.
Yeah, he keeps the play going. He plays as simple. I don't like the passes he picks at times. Don't get me wrong. Some of his passing, when we through balls are excellent. They're excellent, but he's no Ranger passing for me. But he's a great player. No, I mean there's no doubt about it. He's a great player. But we need a playmaker, and he's not a playmaker. He's one of the guys that just sort of runs the tempo of the midfield. If you know what I'm saying. He's that type player, but without being like a two guy who are just absolutely loved. And Mendes, these type players that can ping passes, see the pass, play the pass. But no, I don't think he's a problem. He might be in the future for different reasons, but I don't think he's a problem at the moment. No.
Listen, mate, the guy's had a fantastic career, and again, he's still one of our most consistent players. It's just a point, a talking point.
Aye.
You with us, Bridge?
Yes, indeed, I am, pal.
Thoughts?
Well, I thought Stephen Davis had a quieter game than norm for him. I think it's just the way the game was being played, and you'll notice that when St Johnstone were pushing the ball up, if they were going short with the ball, then it was down the wings. And if they were going long, it was down the inside lights, and it was right over to the tip, right over midfield's head. So Davis wasn't able to pick up second ball at all for most of that game. And that's one of his strengths, he goes out there and faces it up, picks the ball up, and away he goes. When he got the ball, he wasn't too bad, but like they're playing against 6 men in their box. 6 men in their box. When we Kent got that penalty, there was 4 St Johnstone players running about him. 4. I can't even think. I can't get the words out when I say it. They are a horrible team to play against. Horrible team. And I dare say, what Albert was saying earlier, is that it's going to be the same with virtually every team that we play. They're going to be horrible to play against. Because they've found that Rangers, no matter what team you're playing against, if they sit in the box, then it's going to be just people that can chip the ball in properly or have a good shot at goal or whatever, which we did yesterday. That was a fabulous goal that the Tavernier scored. Kent just missed just over the top twice, and so did Tavernier. So there were shots on goal that either their keeper managed to get a hold of the ball, touch it in for a corner. So there was lots of things happening, although it didn't look like it. It looked like a really slow, horrible game, particularly in the first half. But once we went behind, it's kind of woke everybody up, and away they went. But I thought Stephen Davis had a quiet game simply because of the way the game was being played, nothing else.
Aye, but maybe Albert, that's the kind of 3 points that wins you the league.
Of course it is, mate. I was delighted after the game. I think we all were, but I knew what it was going to be. I mean, you knew it was going to be. Everybody knew what that game was going to be like. And it didn't disappoint anybody because it turned out exactly the way everybody thought it was going to be. So you're sitting there going, I'm just saying before the kick-off, and they're running out to just win the game. I don't care how you do it, just win the game. And they went and win the game. And I'm delighted with that, absolutely. And I'm not slaughtering anyone for that because it's no fair of what's happening to the team and the way the team's getting judged this season. No way is outside influences because they're getting held to a standard for last year, which is not right, by the way, because last year was a unique season for us. I mean, you don't see these seasons. Most of the Rangers support will never see a season like that again in their lifetime. So that's how big that achievement was last year. And yet this team is getting held again to that standard that you're sitting going, no, look, they're going to drop points, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. It's not going to be an immaculate season. But see, I just marked a wee note down here. One of the things I noticed, by the way, and I've noticed it all this season, I don't know if you have noticed it, but see this referees giving us play advantage when there isn't any advantage to be played. You notice they're doing this a lot with Rangers at the moment. See, especially around the box when we get a foul, play on. I'm giving you advantage. You go, where's the advantage? There isn't any advantage. But they don't seem to want to give Rangers any free kicks from outside the box.
There was one incident in the first half when it went to Roof, a real bad ball. He gave a will, and Kent was fouled and right on the edge of the box. Blatant free kick.
It's happening a lot now, mate. I've seen it. See the games, the beginning of the season. It's been happening a lot, and I'm saying, where's the advantage here? So I'm saying to myself, why don't we just stop and go? No, there's any advantage. We want a free kick. No, I mean, I don't know if you can do that, but you sit and go, where's the advantage? And then, if you notice, there was one that would actually go out in big Bravo on the 18-yard box. And if he turns, he's going to, I'll give you a free kick. No, I'll pull you back for that free kick. But he's got a free kick there.
All right, another observation about the game was the way they slowed the game down for minute 1. And the ball going out of play and the throw-ins. And there was a classic.
The ball boys.
There was a classic in the first half when the ball was about a yard over the line and the guy just booted it out the stadium, I think.
Huh?
And, constantly...
Didn't get booked.
Oh, mate, I didn't get booked.
Rooney punched it away. The ball went out in the first half and he actually punched it away. He punched it away into the crowd, you're getting it. How's they not getting booked for that? That's just... And then there's no ball boys. Big Bassey a few times had to climb over the barriers to go and get the ball, and you're saying, oh, did you notice when we went 2-1 ahead and the ball went out and Big Bassey was wanting to take the ball and Colin comes out and tells him to hurry up?
Yeah, exactly.
You're going, wait a minute, you've stood and watched time wasting for the last 80 minutes and all of a sudden we're winning 2-1 and it's hurry up now. Oh,
you know,
it's ridiculous.
Oxford and Old Bear, all the things that you've just said there, I complain bitterly about this. Bitterly. Every single one of the referees do the exact same thing against us. This one about the advantage, play advantage. I don't want any advantage. Unless it's man on man, I don't want any advantage. Because invariably, whoever gets advantage is going to go through 6 or 7 players, and he's not going to get through 6 or 7 players. That's not right. You've got to go over with the game's going. How's the game going? Does that deserve advantage? No, it's not going to harm. Give him a free kick.
Well, put it this way, Bridge.
I want free kicks. 20 yards out. I want my free kicks.
Well, Bridge, see the one that Ox was talking about that Kent get taken out, which he did, and he played advantage. He gives a foul against Kamara. Where's the advantage? The ball goes to Kamara and he gives a foul against Kamara. You're gonna, where was the advantage then?
Kemar Roof.
I came out roof. Aye.
No, but you're right. Same thing. He did a similar thing with Kamara as well. Look, I don't think that guy knows the rules of the game. I'm not being funny. I don't think so. You're right. He came up to and told Big Bassey to get a move on. What for? Why is he speaking to him? I wouldn't speak to the St Johnstone players that boot the ball all over the place. And never mind. I get angry. I do apologise.
Right,
but no, there's one more thing, and then I'll stop talking about referee. That Craig getting down holding his face. I mean, that's ridiculous, mate. Where's the complicity officer with this? I mean, that's ridiculous, mate.
A fellow pro, mate. The Players' Union should be coming out and speaking about that, yeah?
Aye, but none of the commentators, that Rat Walker and that other idiot is beside, it was a Crocker or whatever his name, not a mention. No, one mate, he's doing it. Why don't you show it? If it was Morelos, they showed it. You seen it once and you seen it repeat, and then that was it. No more. Don't talk about it anymore. And I'm saying, why are these guys there just cheating? They're just cheating. And if it was anybody else, if a Rangers player had done that, you'd be still talking about it now. But the front page, the Daily Rebel, the new, know what I mean? But there you go. I'm not going to talk about referees anymore. I'm done with that, mate.
Right, okay. Come and give us a phone in 0141 356 1972. Phone in, speak to the receptionist, and we'll get you all sorted. What can you talk about, Bridgeman?
You can talk about the team that sits top of the league, the famous Glasgow Rangers. Come on in.
It's a good point he makes, all Bear. We're top of the league and we ain't fired yet, have we?
No. I mean, there's signs that we're starting to play. But forget about this sulky football that we imagined we played last year. We're going to have to play like this and grind these results out if you want to win the league. And it's a fact of life, like you guys. And the team's doing it. And as you say, they're not playing brilliant today, but they're doing it. And that's a sign of a really, really, really good team.
That pitch wasn't manicured. Never cut the grass at all on that, I'll tell you now. They might have cut it on Thursday and just left it. That's not right. Get the things done. Every club should be doing the same thing before the game and agree to a certain level of grass. That's the way I see it anyway.
I don't know, Bridge. I think home teams can do what they like within reason, yeah. And you've just got to deal with it. You've just got to go on with it, you know.
They used to rut it as well. Remember that, carry on? It was like a ploughed field, some of them you were going on to.
But remember what we're playing? We're playing association football. It's supposed to all play to the same rules.
No, they're pitch taking of the grass and within reason, of course, and taking of the dimensions of the pitch.
Wasn't it terrible? But the truth is, I'm not being funny. That grass was quite long yesterday. That's an advantage for them. And that's the way the home team want to play it. That's fine. But we're modern day now.
We call it a leveler.
Rubbish away. Sorry, boys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's a leveler, right?
It's a leveler. Yeah. You know, it'll be interesting to see if you watch the next game what the pitch was like, you know. What disappointed me was there's thousands of Rangers supporters can't get in, and then I see all these seats, mate.
I know.
That's shocking, isn't it? It's just shocking.
I was hearing, I was listening to somebody else, they were talking about the Rangers fans get charged £10 more than the home fans.
Aye, pretty much £30 for us and 20 for them, mate.
It's you sit and go, come on, get on here. Whatever, get on here. It's just not right. It's just not right. But again, they get away with it. Again, nobody ever does anything about it. Too busy signing crap, cinch deals and things like that to actually do anything about these things.
That's been really quiet, mate, isn't it?
Aye, so we must be winning that one. That's very quiet, that one.
Mm-hmm. Really
it must be winning it there enough. It's just the way they try to sort of downplay everything that Rangers do. I'll bet you in you like, I haven't seen it, so I really don't know. Maybe some of the guys out there have seen it. They can maybe text in or whatever you do.
Oh, they would better phone in. It's a phone in show.
Come phone in and tell us about it. But I'll bet you in you like that you're lucky if one Rangers player made anybody else's team just for saying sake, you know. It's just utter rubbish, you know. It's utter rubbish.
Let's talk about the one decent thing in the whole game. Tab's goal. What a goal that was, mate. What a goal that was.
Fantastic.
And you're sitting going, that must be, 20, 25 yards out?
Aye. 25 yards. Absolutely.
It was an absolute beauty, man. I mean, that goalkeeper, I mean, he's not a wee guy. He's been pointed out plenty of times. He's not a wee guy. And to get it up now with that guy for that distance, with that power, unbelievable. It was an unbelievable goal. But again, nobody will talk about that.
Well,
it's one of the ones that it didn't happen.
I thought the wee number 29, or the old number 29 player, Mr. I can't remember his name now. I don't want to speak and say it. But see him, I thought that was a great goal he got. All
he got the break of the ball, mate.
I'm saying it all down to our own blunder by Helander, which is quite unusual. But I did notice it later on in the second half.
Pretty unlucky,
Big Balogun did the same thing. When the ball hit him in both legs, and that's one of the reasons why. Otherwise, that boy Crawford would have had that ball in the net.
No, he'd have tap in. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying it was brilliant play by Helander. I can't say that, but he'd never get the rub of the green there. It just ricocheted right into his lap.
Absolutely, no problem. No, look, he was like Bambi.
Your name's Bridgeman, no Albert.
Oh, sorry, pal.
Yeah,
it's one of the things, isn't it? I mean, you'd say it's a pitch, you could say it's bad luck, you could say whatever it is, but the fact of the matter is, that rat get a lot of luck to get it. No, I mean, it just breaks right in front of him. No, I mean, so hey ho, I'm not that bothered with it. But what we need to realise, by the way, the Scottish people, say that with me, if he was your forward and he's the only outlet we've got, you can guarantee in Scottish football to clatter him, to take him out the game. And I'm looking at Helander and Balogun and saying, look what they're doing the weekend. Take that clown out the game. Just clatter him and take him out the game. No, okay, we're too much of a Boy Scout when it comes to all this. No, I mean, you want to play the dark arts? Let's play the dark arts. But we should be good at the dark arts. No, I mean, we should learn. We should have learned by now, by the way, because you've played against it long enough now, that there is times to be nasty, because they've been nasty to your players, your decent players. Look at the tackles that are flying in. Look the amount of blocks and professional fouls that happen against us. Yeah, we stood and watched that clown running about. You know what I mean, causing us trouble. Tell you one thing, if I was playing against him, he wouldn't be running about causing me trouble. I'll tell you that for right now.
I've got to be honest with you. I don't think you keep up with him at the moment. I've got to be honest, you know.
If he's lying flat out, you're keeping up with him, by the way. If he's horizontal, you'll keep up with him.
Well, our goalkeeper made a terrible mistake, and that was just a mistake. It didn't do any damage to him. We just caught him. I'm not saying it was probably was a yellow card, but the referee was straight in with a yellow card, you know. And that was quite funny. I don't want him to injure or anything, but he never got injured. He came in and and a half an hour or an hour later he scored a goal. So he wasn't injured in any way, shape or form. So I'm not dead sure if it was a booking, but I'll give him it anyway because a dreadful decision by the goalkeeper. Dreadful decision, missed timing, everything.
I thought, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I thought McLaughlin flapped a couple of times yesterday. Sunday, sorry. Monday, Saturday. I forget where we are now.
Once we had made that decision, he came out for that ball, it wasn't effective. Listen, let's also be honest, Albury didn't have a lot today, did he?
No, I never much today, but what he did have today, I thought he flapped two or three of them. I was like, what are you doing? There's one he ran out the goal in the second half, and there was a mix-up. Then it turned out it was going to be offside anyway, but he didn't know. I'm going, get in your goal. What are you doing, standing and watching the play? Get in your goal.
I felt it was just as well. We got the offside decision there, just as well.
See the end up. See with the last, when Helander went off, basically, we had one regular back five player on the part in Tavernier. The other four are no regulars. No, I mean, the goalkeeper's not a regular now. Three weren't the regulars. You've been it. But the Cove 12, see that last 10 minutes, no, that squeaky bum time as it get you get. No, I mean, it's just lobbing balls into your head. I thought the Cove 12, I really did. I thought the whole team coped well with it.
I was hoping that Bassey would drop back 5 yards. But they'll always put the ball up the right wing to Big Rooney because he is quite good in the air. But I would have hoped that Bassey would have stepped back maybe 4 or 5 yards and have a run at it and just got there and battle with the ball. And he won a couple of times, so I'm quite happy that way. But when Rooney wins the ball with the head, he's not, as I say, he's not bad in the air. He wins the ball in the head with the header, and the chances are he's going to find a St Johnstone player. And that's a big difficulty, because then by that time, Bassey's way out of position. You know? Very difficult. But I came home. I came out the kitchen now, the biggest grin in my face, and all I could think of was, wasn't that wonderful? Eh?
It was the free cakes.
Free cakes, right. But no, seriously, that was just fantastic. What a result. And I'm so happy that we, number 29, was on the losing side once again. Makes it happen.
Listen, I mean, obviously I'm looking for a better performance. We'll part of the European time. We're talking just the league here, Albert. I want a better performance against Motherwell, but I would, if you gave me a choice between performance and a great performance and the other team putting up the shutters, I'll take the result every time in the league, yeah?
Absolutely, mate. It's all you can do in Scottish football, mate. Forget about good performances. They're a bonus. If they come along, they're a bonus. And it's nothing to do with us. And I'm not picking on the team, and I think we all should just learn not to pick on our team, because it's not our team that's causing this. It's other teams that are the way they're playing. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. So get the result. That's all I care about. I said it last year. I'll say it this year. I'll say it every year. Results. I don't care how you play. Just get the result. Because you're not allowed to play football. Sorry, mate. I interrupted there. Sorry.
Let's see.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Carry on, Albert.
Aye, so that's my philosophy. It'll always be my philosophy in Scottish football. I like a product that's attractive. I like to see good attacking, attractive football, skillful football. That's what I pay my money for. That's what I want to see. But I'm never going to get it in Scotland. So I just support Rangers. I'm a Rangers supporter. I'm not a football supporter. I'm a Rangers supporter. I give all my money to Rangers. I don't want to get it. I'll not go to any cup games either. That's another thing. I don't go to any cup games because the other team get money. I'll go to all the league games. All the home games for Rangers, apart from the League Cup and the Scottish Cup, because I'm not giving anybody money. I'll give Rangers all my money, but I'm not giving anybody else anything, not a brown penny. So that one reason is they don't play football, and two, they all hate us anyway. So
I can vouch for that. I've got all bear and Bridgeman, and I spent the whole night going to the bar.
He's a shocker.
No, but I'll give him his due, Bridge. Give him his due. He is good at it.
Oh, dear. You know, you're talking about their cup games. I've always been a believer that we shouldn't be going 50-50 in cup games. It should be 100% home team. Just give them the money. And that's all I've said. Just give it to them. And this will be the same if it comes to Ibrox. The Rangers, the money gets all the Rangers got all the money. I've sat and watched teams with maybe half a dozen or maybe a dozen supporters, in their end. And they're getting half 35,000, 40,000 Rangers fans. Jeez, where are they getting all that from?
That's a good point, by the way. I've still not understood this, by the how all these teams have survived through this COVID. What's happened to you? I just don't get how they've all survived.
The steel, mate, it's give them all millions.
What?
It's the Sin Steel. It's give them all millions.
Oh, I'm forgetting about that. Best deal we've ever had, according to that rat. It's hides behind that rock in the SFA. Best deal ever in the history of Scottish football. It wouldn't take much, would it? We usually get 3 bob. Here's 4 bob. All right, that's the best deal we've ever had.
I would seriously, I would hope that somewhere on the line, the SFA can renegotiate all these things and the SPFL for the League Cup. Just give it to the home team. That's it. Whoever it is, the home team. But it must be in their grounds. It must be in their grounds. Simple as that. Do this. Well, just change it. If you're playing with some wee team up now.
I don't know. It's guys like you going to the cup ties and subsidising teams like Dunfermline, you know.
No, I don't mind the fans going. The away fans are paying for it. That's it. They're going, paying for their ticket, and they get in, and that goes to the home team. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
I think you've got to watch, mate, because listen, obviously Motherwell are not getting any fans on Saturday for obviously COVID, and it's just COVID related. But we've also got a duty. We've got a big travelling support, and they want to be able to go to these grounds and watch the Bears all bear.
They do, mate. They do, and I'm not going to argue against that. I wouldn't do it myself, but I'm not going to argue against it. They want to do it, carry on. It's their money. They're allowed to do what they want.
By the way, I'm not saying that fans shouldn't travel. What I'm saying is that the home team should get the gate. That's all I'm saying.
It's only the cup tie, mate. Remember, the Scottish Cup.
That's correct. Only the cup tie. Only the cup ties.
So the Scottish Cup's a knockout, one tie in it.
Yeah, but the League Cup as well. The League Cup as well.
I don't know. I think you've got a responsibility as the biggest club in the country. You've got a responsibility.
Biggest club in the world.
Aye, in my house there anyway, all bit.
I wouldn't give, if I could, I wouldn't give them nothing, but I think it'd be good for them if the travelling Rangers fans, they go in there and they're getting all that support. They don't have to give Rangers 50 or 50% of it, you know. But Rangers keep all the home gates. That's the way I want it. Every fan that goes into Rangers are paying for Rangers, and just like Allbear says, that's probably all they want to pay for. They don't want to pay for anyone else. They go away, that's a different ballgame.
Here's a question, Ox. Do we, when the away fans do any Ibrox, do we up the price for them?
I don't think so, mate. I'm not aware of it, mate. I've never been to Ibrox as an away fan.
An idea to tell, eh? An idea to try and find out, what man? Try and find out what they pay.
I don't think so, mate. I don't think so, no.
Well, it's time we did. In fact, I would charge them minimum of 50 quid. That's what I would charge them.
Let's be honest, mate. It's not a new thing. They've always done it. The Rangers and Celtic fans, we used to go back in the day when you turned up and paid in. A week before, it would have been X amount, and a week when Rangers turned up, it was Y amount, you know?
Don't associate us with them. It's Rangers fans for me, mate. I don't care what they got up to, you know what I mean? I don't want anything to do with them.
All right, good point, mate. I need somebody to phone up. I've had enough of these two. That was a phone over.
He's never said that before. Hurry up, somebody phone up.
Come on in. 01413561972.
Mrs. Allbear will kill me.
No, she'll be on your side. She never takes my side, mate.
What a lady. I think that she must be due some recognition for Her Majesty now.
Oh, she is, aye. I give recognition every week. Here's big money.
The one of the old-fashioned kind, are we, Allbear?
Oh, aye.
These are housekeeping now, then.
She gets it.
I say that here, Bridget. Bit of supper, is my big money stretched for a bit of supper tonight, or what's happening tonight?
Well, whatever it is, you look well on it. That's a nice top he's wearing, isn't it? All Bridge.
It's absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
What do you
What colour
call
is
it?
it?
Is it
Colour
peach?
It's a bit baggy. It's a bit baggy. It's one of those.
Would you call it peach, Bridgeman? Is that the colour?
I would say so. Peach. That's because he is a wee peach.
Aye, a wee peach.
It's very nice, but a wee number. I don't know if it's quite your thing, but it's very, very, very trendy.
Well, I got earrings to go with it, so I've never
Oh
won
my
the night.
What do you make in the new studio there, Albert?
Was that?
What do you make in the new studio?
Oh, lovely, lovely. Who done that? Let's go to that Leach guy. You've got him in to do that, and that panelling's lovely.
Archibald.
Archibald, aye.
Fox has been busy.
Can I ask you two guys a question?
Go for it.
Did you see the tackle on the young Liverpool player yesterday?
I've not seen it, but I heard somebody said to me the day they thought it was an accident, Bridge.
I said, that's my thoughts exactly. I didn't think that was a bad tackle. However, when they did the replay and slowed it right down, you see the guys, both his feet are off the ground. But I still didn't think it was a deliberate act to cause injury at all. But it happened, and the guy gets a red card, which I think there's a lot of folk going to say that should be rescinded because of the injury. A booking maybe for stupid play. I didn't think he touched him that much to cause that. I think it was the boy caught his ankle somehow or other in this way. I don't know whether the boy kicked him in the ankle. We'll probably find out about it through some slow motion camera. I think it's sad. They've got to VAR and they can't get looking at that to find out because it's not a goal incident type thing, And I think VAR should be using these things.
I didn't see it, Bridge. I was working on my Rangers colouring in book. I didn't see it at all.
Well, if you get a chance to see it, it was a good game, but I thought it was young lad. He's only 18 or something like that. So very, very sore. Very sore. He'll be out for a long time with that.
Motherwell just put a statement out that due to COVID restrictions, there were no away fans ticket sales for their trip to Ibrox. To Rangers, it says, yeah.
Good.
Oh, pardon, on you go.
Oh, Bear was just saying good.
No.
It's one of the things. I mean, this COVID nonsense a lot of crap. It really is a lot of crap now. I mean, it really is. It's just stupid. It really is. You got to be Ibrox, right? And we'll all mingle about going outside Ibrox. Then we get into the Ibrox, and you get into Ibrox, going into the concourse, you need to wear your mask. You get close to the concourse, up the stairs, and onto your seat, and take your mask off. You're going, what's that about? What? That's just nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. And then when you come out the stand, you get into the concourse to go home, you got to put your mask on, you go out the grunge, right out, outside, take your mask back off and mix with the crowd and go up the road. I'm going, this is stupid.
Then going to the subway.
I done the Founders Trail the other week, last Saturday. The Saturday before.
It must have been quite
well,
so for you visiting all your old school friends.
It's good. It was good, by the way. But we were now at the cricket ground. They're not allowing you in the cricket ground.
Oh, there's been a fault. There's been a fault.
Oh, the guy said it was COVID. They said the guy at the cricket said that you can't get 50 fans into the cricket, but you get 50,000 fans into Ibrox. It's nuts.
Well, nobody there for a while, mate. Obviously, in the cricket comes out action and you're flooded, yeah.
Well, no, there's a cricket game. When we were there, there was a cricket game going on.
The changing rooms, etc., were out of action for a while. There was a big flood.
Was there,
aye? So did you go to the bowling club instead?
Aye. I'll tell you, nobody's done that. They found their trail day. It's good. It's absolutely first class.
Excellent. So what did they enjoy that? You couldn't get into the cricket ground. Did they go elsewhere? Did they take you elsewhere?
They take you around to some hall running. I can't remember. It's just in
Partick Borough Hall.
No, it's in behind Roseville Street. Oh, the Roseville Bar, run behind that, is it?
Well, Oxtail's an expert. They'll tell you what hall's there.
What's the hole round there?
1 or 2. What, you mean Crawford Street?
Aye, round there. In there for a pie and a pint.
Right. So you didn't go to the bowling club?
Oh, we went to it. It stood in the car park before it, looking into it, but they'll not let you in the ground itself.
No, the bowling club. It must.
The bowling club? No, we didn't go to the bowling club, mate.
There must be
Cricket club, bowling club. It's all getting mixed up. My ages are confusing me. It's an age thing. Stop confusing me now. I'm getting a sore head.
Right,
We're
come
top
on.
of
Somebody
the
help me.
league.
Yeah, we need some.
We're top of the league. Glasgow Rangers. We're top of the league. Yes.
We're top of the league, yeah. That's a good thing, isn't it?
Definitely.
They're playing off based on what we're seeing here. There's going to be a mighty battle below us, for sure. Mighty battle. We've got how many home games have we got in a row now? 3 coming up. 3 home games in a row.
Listen, if we keep winning, mate, we keep winning.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
You know, that's what it's all about. Keep winning.
Definitely. I mean, that's what we done last year. It was just 1 game at a time. I was listening through the week. We're all talking about if we get through this month and games. I'm going, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We know just 1 game at a time. Just take it as it comes. Next game, Leon. Then we'll take Motherwell after that. But next game's Leon. But and that's why we won the league, and that's why we won it nice and comfortable last year. Because we done it 1 game at a time. You can't get too ahead of yourself. It's just one of those things that if you do it and you block all these games in big blocks like that, and we make go on a 10-game run and all this, don't forget about the 10-game runs and all that. Just keep concentrating what's in front of you and win that game. Move on to the next one at a time till you get to the end of the season, and you look at the table and you'll find it will be triumphant. But I don't like this. The guy next to me was talking about, December. We always say December. I'm going, December? We don't know about December. What's going on with December? Santa comes in December, you know. He's talking about games. This game, I'm not interested. Just don't talk to me about December. Talk to me about this game we're playing the new, right now. Live in the moment. That's what I believe in. Live in the moment. No, don't go too far ahead. But again, that's what people are looking back for last season and think, we went in this big run, and it was, we went in a big run, but it was 1 game at a time. That's how we went in the big run.
Absolutely.
And it will happen again this year if we take it 1 game at a time. I know it's an old cliche. I know it's an old boring thing, but that's the way you've got to do it. And if you do it that way, you've got every chance of winning the league comfortably.
Hey, get yourself some mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Sea of Ibrox. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue sea of Ibrox, and it's part of every region of the street. Sea of Ibrox.
won't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I bet you that one knackered you, Bridge.
He's still trying to catch his breath.
Nice breath, mate.
I'm still trying to get it. Oh, my God. That was some pace. You couldn't dance to that all night, couldn't you? No, I'd kill you.
Well, you can, Bridge, but you might have to take something to keep you
Oh, I
dancing.
need to take that oxygen. I need oxygen inside me.
I was to think, we're going to think, we're thinking something more chemical.
Oh, I can see Bridge with the glow sticks. What do you think, old bear?
Oh, aye, and they ankle things, they furry things that come up halfway your leg, aye, them I know. What is they called them? I can't, leggings.
No, I can't see Bridge's leggings.
Oh, aye. I don't want to see it because it's going to scar my mind. I don't want to imagine it.
All right. Come and join us. 0141 356 1972. Phone in. Speak to the receptionist and we will spring you into the call. Speak to us about any Rangers related. Well, hey, what do you think about top of the league? Oh, where would you?
Well, no, see with the meetings on Saturday, the line would be jumping off the wall at the moment. No, I mean, everybody would be piling in. It's the fact that we won. They were happy. Must be the Monday blues as well. Must be back for their work. Can't be annoyed.
We're moving on to our 50th European game under Gerrard and Thursday night, Bridgman. 50 games. And this is our fourth season. 49 games, 25 wins, 16 draws, 8 defeats, 23 clean sheets.
Incredible.
Bridge?
Is it there?
No, carry on, all there. Just
incredible, isn't it? It's really incredible. In 50 games, think about that. No? I mean, along with that, it took managers in the past to get to 50 games. It'd be interesting to find out how long it took Walter.
Okay, I'll have a look, mate, for you, just for you, Albert, just for you.
Because it's and people say, but look who you're playing. It's not the fact, it's the fact that he's getting into the group stages of these games. All right, it's a new format and all that, we know that. But you've got to get there, no? I mean, 50 games, incredible, absolutely incredible. And I say players as well, most of the players, like Golds and Tav and all that, they've all in the 40s now with their European appearances. I mean, some players go through their whole career and not even play one game in Europe. They're just sitting with 40 and 50. Well, Goldson will be 50, won't it? If he plays, he'll be 50 because he's missed a European title.
No, I don't think so.
It's a fantastic record, but isn't it? An absolutely fantastic record they've got. Well done. Well done to the Rangers, well done to the management team, and of course the players. Fantastic.
It really is, Bridge. I mean, that in itself is something to celebrate because it's some achievement if you think about it. It really is some achievement. I mean, look at all the years with the old knockout stages before the Champions League and all that. How many games we were getting in Europe in a season? I mean, some seasons it was only 2 games. Yeah. That was the end. Yeah.
Well, if you think back to the 60s, I don't know if you were in the 60s, it was I think you only needed to play like 8 or 9 games, and you were in. If you won 8, 9, you got through 8 games. You were in the the final of the European Cup.
Aye.
9 games. That's
well,
nine ties.
Well, that Madrid Mugs, I think that's what they played, wasn't it? It was 7 games they played to win that European Cup.
I think probably 9. I can't remember exactly, but it's probably 9. It's probably, but then that's 4 ties. 4 ties, and then you're in the final, you know.
79 in total Walter played, yeah, in 12 full seasons, but
even that's a fabulous record. Even that's a fabulous number. Wow. And what's Gerrard's figure again at Oxford?
I'll be 50. You
know, really and truly, we don't have enough medals to give Gerrard for what he's doing for us. Seriously. I woke up yesterday morning and the smile was still in my face. And yesterday morning, I woke up after Saturday night. That was an enormous 3 points for us. Enormous.
Aye, that was maybe the last year's memorable moment, mate. Maybe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wake up every morning with a smile on my face, but it's that I woke up.
Of course, I was meaning from a footballing perspective because there's some games you could say a lot of folk would maybe take for granted that we're going to beat them, and we'd love to be able to say we should. I'm not. I'm a far more cautious person than a lot of Rangers fans simply because we've seen it all before. If you follow me.
It just shows you how bad that game was, Bridge. You know what I mean? That we struggle to try and find something to talk about in that game. No, positive football-wise, I'm talking about. There's plenty of wee daft instances you can talk about that we've seen a million times before. But I'm talking about football-wise because there isn't any football getting played.
It took us nearly 40 minutes to get a shot in.
Aye, you're sitting
That's
going.
the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth.
And you can, that's what I'm saying. That's why you can understand why the Rain crowd don't even go to watch them. Know what I mean? Well, the Glory will go with cup finals and all that. Know what I mean? It's usual, isn't it? Yeah, they come out the woodward, don't they?
How many empty seats do you reckon was there on Saturday? 1,500 or something?
Oh, easy.
I would say that. I would say it'd be close to that. But that's ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
They get that right. They take in another 45,000. That's a lot of money for that team. But anyway, that's just.
What were they charging us? £30 a ticket, was it?
30 quid and £50 for the pensioners, I believe. I'm telling you, that's the way you go, mate. That's the way you go.
You got to remember that us pensioners, we should be paying 50 quid because we get the commode seats.
Oh, jeez. I love it.
That's the way you go,
What's that work out? £50, £1,550, £30.
45 grand, mate.
There you go. Just threw 45 grand away.
We were over at IKEA today. She took me to show me the magic of IKEA. Seen it a couple of times before.
Did you get any meatballs?
No, I never did tea. And I says to her, look, doll, on the way to IKEA, we know just this one Chiltall Road. I says, look, let me just run out here and we'll go up to Ibrox. Let's go drive around Ibrox and see where the changes are, have we done anything, and so on and so forth. She don't need that. Don't need that. What a shocker, she is. What a shocker.
But to be fair, Bridge, all Berry drove through it yesterday, where?
Are you doing the driving, Bridge?
Of course.
Aye, well, I do what I do. Don't tell her where she's going. Just take her.
Oh, no. She knows that place, all right. Don't you worry about that. She's been there.
Sometimes I stick a poke out her heat and say it's a mystery. I'll pick that up when you were there.
You do not. You do not. Oh, you're a shocker as well, you. You're nearly as bad as that Oxford, Barry, I'll tell you. Nearly as bad
no, me, mate. No, me. He's on a different level. Hey, just to let everybody know, we've got some announcements coming our way on Rangers Radio. We'll be announcing something we hope that everybody will like, a chance to take part in something for the show, going forward for some great causes. So we'll be announcing it all shortly when it's all finalised, but everything's falling into shape and it's a big announcement. It's maybe the biggest thing we've ever done on Rangers Radio.
That'll be good.
Aye, the Devil's in the
Well, it'll be the second biggest. The biggest thing we've ever done in Rangers Radio is get Bridge off mute.
That's a good point.
You're the cruelest of all people, you guys. The cruelest of all people. Seriously.
Imagine with him on the him with his finger on the button to fire the nuclear.
They're coming, Bridge. They're coming. Fire!
Danny, get off of mute.
I'm pressing it, but it's no happening.
No me. But anyway.
It was a big
professional fouls, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, mate. Professional fouls. There's a hell of a lot of professional.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service. The person you are calling is
There's a hell of a lot of professional fouls that don't get punished in Scottish football.
Classic, there was a classic in the centre half. We haven't mentioned this guy yet, but the Sakala, he took about 5 yards at them in about 10 yards, mate, when a ball was played through and he had the pace. And the guy who wasn't going to get the ball, the other defender just blatantly body checked him, mate.
I know, I've seen it. The classic, what I'm actually talking about, you're going, how is he no? How is it not a foul for one? And if it is a foul, he should be booked. I mean, that was it McCart? He'd done about 2 or 3. I mean, the blocking it was going on in Saturday was ridiculous. It's absolutely, and it was blatant. It's not even it's a wee sneaky one. It's just running straight in and just blocking you. And you're saying that's not right. That's just. I mean, that Chelsea game. Chelsea playing Aston Villa. The guy get booked in the first 2 minutes of the game. The Aston Villa defender get booked in the first 2 minutes of the game for a professional foul. I'm going, that would have to be about 86 minutes and about 12 fouls later before he'll get booked in Scotland.
If it's a yellow card, it doesn't matter if it's the first minute or the last minute, mate. It's a yellow card.
It doesn't Scotland. We know that, but it doesn't mean the Scottish referees don't know that. It's they'll bother. You know, I mean, I'll do it later. Right. He'll do me later. Don't worry about it.
Just getting back to the rest of the club, it was a great weekend for the club, wasn't it? With the young boys winning 5-2, were 5-1 up, missed a penalty the last couple of minutes, but ended up at top of the league clash, won 5-2, great performance. And the ladies won 7-0 yesterday against Hamilton Accies in the league. So I think we're top of the league. And both, well, we're maybe not top of the league in the B League, but we've got a couple of games in hand. So things are going positively right through the club. Albert.
Absolutely, mate. I didn't know the scores of any of them because, as I said before, I've not been paying that much attention to them. But aye, great, absolutely great. Who was the B team playing? 5-2 they won.
Bonnie Rose, the top of the league.
Oh, were they? Aye, that's good going. That's good going. And for the ladies team, no, I mean, good. I hope they start staying at the top of the league. And start winning that league because they're due to do something, aren't they? They're really starting to produce because I think all the crowd and all the support are waiting for them to start producing, and they will. They'll get there. Because it's usually that Glasgow City who wins that league, isn't it?
It has been, I think, the last 13 years or something like that.
It's time for a change, and you really need to give them a competition. You know what I mean, they're never going to get any credibility in that league until the other teams are starting to take points. First of all, take points off, and secondly, start winning leagues. You know what I mean, in cups and things like. I don't know like the cup runs are not Glasgow City, but it wouldn't surprise me if we win all of them as well.
I'm not sure, mate. I've not looked at that closely.
But the B team, it's good for the B team. As I said the other week, I don't want them to run away with the league. I don't want them to win the thing easy. That's not the point of the exercise, you know what I mean? But as you pointed out to me, it's you only can beat what's in front of you. And if the competition is that weak, well, it's not going to benefit us in the long run, is it? I know it's only a year ago.
It's only a year, mate, and we'll see what it takes us, see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, Baloo, answer your phone, Baloo. Right, okay. As you rightly said, you can only play what's in front of you, but we seem to be scoring a lot of goals, and well, they're
which is a good thing.
Serious, sort of, if you like, mature football players that maybe a mixture of ex-pros and juniors, you know. So we'll see what it takes us. We've been joined by Big Al, I think, sneaked in the boys' gate. Big Al, how are we doing, Big Man?
Aye, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Can you hear me all right? Aye.
Yep.
You hear me all right?
Aye, smashing, mate, smashing.
I've pulled it over there. What's I got to say? Aye, so at the weekend, a lot of players first half totally missing.
I agree with you, mate.
Totally missing. I forgot Morelos was on the park to about 43 minutes or something. Ryan Kent, the same. The goalkeeper, I thought, came out and flapped at a couple of things. We did mention we'd like to see, or I did mention pre-game that I'd like to see my number ones always playing for each position. And saying all that, it was negative. I thought the game was negative. The second time was a wee bit better. You talk about the professional fouls and this and that. Look, other teams are going to play the game that they play against us because at the end of the day, they're might try to win the game or get some points at the game. But you know what? And I think everybody agreed on Saturday. We're sitting top of the league today, so onwards and upwards, 56s in the bag, boys. We would accept that. It's maybe not going to be a season where we've got flamboyant football, but if it's a game like that, and I've not been entertained in the first half, and we win the game, and it leads us on to 56, I'll be more than happy at the end of the season. So it is what it is. But we won the game, so and results went in our favour. So there's a wee bit of luck straight away we've had in regard to the rest of the league, and we're sitting top of the table. We're at the summit, and it's only us now that can make us come off the summit. No other team can do it. It's only us. You know what I mean? So I think it's been a great weekend. I didn't mean to be negative with the players, but they can pull up their socks. But maybe, as I said as well, maybe it's that patience thing. We didn't have patience.
Did you notice that we played a bit better when there was a bit of juice in it, a bit of spice in it? See, after we scored the penalty and they started to carry on with the pulling and hauling it. You could see the whole spirit of the team just picking up, and I'm going, that's what's needed, a bit of spice, a bit of dig here.
I think maybe it was that. I think it's maybe sometimes you need a clout in the lug, if that makes sense. And I think the penalty was a clout in the lug. You know what I mean? To up your game. But look, it's very difficult. We can complain and I can moan and I'm not being entertained and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, a bridge man all the way. Like they should put that in the Oxford English Dictionary. They should hear that in there somewhere. A bridge man, because I think that's all it takes. If we get a bridge man for now at the end of the season, we didn't mind these games. You'll not remember these games at St John's. You know what you'll remember? The title at 56.
That's true. It's true what you're saying. I like the word you use, entertained. I mean, it was a turgid first half, and obviously St John's was set up like that, but we weren't great neither, Al, were we? Let's be honest.
No, but I think that does affect us. Look, I'll be the first to hold my hands up and say I think the manager should be doing a lot more to break that down. But in the same respect, maybe that is the team breaking it down, because I did say the other day we have to have patience, and it maybe takes 45 minutes to just for their players to take their eye off the ball. Maybe it's a reverse psychology thing. You're allowing them to get into a false sense of security, and then the next minute, bang. You know what I mean? So, look, we won the game. We're at the top of the league. We've done what we needed today. We've got a wee break now. We're going into another tournament. I believe we've already beat them before, so I'm not really worried. Look, guys, I'll need to go. I've got another incoming call.
All right, good to hear from you, big man.
No, thanks very much. Take care, gentlemen. All the best.
Cheers, mate.
I think he's pretty much singing off the same hymn sheet as us all there, isn't he?
Well, I mean, you hear in his voice. I mean, you hear everybody else as well. You're struggling to find something positive to say about the game. And the only thing that's positive about the game was Tab's goal.
Boys.
Aye, very good.
He's back.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that I could put these on hold. Look, I'll need to go anyway.
All right,
modern
cheers,
technology, mate. Yeah, modern technology. One cannon, one ear, one cannon, the other ear. Right.
Well done, Big Al. You've done it again.
Yeah. Look, as I say, we're top of the league, so onwards and upwards. We're the only people that can knock us off the top of that summit, so we are the people. We're the Glasgow Rangers. That's us, 56 in the bag.
Cheers,
right,
big man.
And you have a nice evening and take care.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. It's everybody struggling, isn't it, to say anything positive about that game. He's right, but at the end of the season, nobody will remember that. They'll remember Tab's goal. That's about it. That's what you want to remember, I suppose.
It was a topper, wasn't it?
It really was, mate. It really was. It deserved to win a bigger and better game than that, I'll tell you that. But hey, it took that to win that game, so hey ho, and up we go.
Well, I hear. As you rightly say, Bridgman always says 1-0, does he? Obviously it was 2-1, but it's the 3 points. It's not the goals, it's the 3 points.
That's what's more important. It's always important. It'll never change. It'll never ever change. People can talk about attractive football and this, that, and tactics and all that. It doesn't matter if you don't win the game. It really doesn't matter if you don't win the game. So win the game, and then you can boast or pick teams apart on what we didn't do and what we did do. But win the game. That's why everybody's happy and nobody's really in a downer, you know what I mean? But imagine you drew or get beaten that game. Imagine you get beaten that game with that clown scoring. Imagine that. I mean, what a horrible scenario that is. Come on. We didn't. That's the thing. We didn't. We're sitting crap for a week.
I think that's the happiest thing in the lot. That wee guy was cheering and obviously scored a smashing goal. No complaints about that. But the look in his face, he was in heaven. And this is him resurrected my career again. No, bye. Beat them too.
I mean, you think about it, that was Wortman that signed that clown. No, I mean, absolutely. What was he thinking about? No, I mean, seriously. I can't believe it. Anyway, it's done now, thank God. It's onward and upward. We'll get better. I'm not expecting us to play brilliant, silky football, mate. I'm just no. Because you're never going to be allowed to. I'm just looking for the victories. That's what I'm looking for. One after the other. Just keep bringing them on for me. I mean, Motherwell coming the following week. I know they don't want to get too ahead. I said one game at a time. But you know you're getting in that game as well. So that's what's going to happen. We know it's going to happen.
What did you make of Sakala's cameo, Albert?
It's hard to judge. Do you know, he's getting bits of grass to run into, but he's not running into it. So I don't know if he's been told that to that stage of the game at that score or whatever. It was still one each, but I don't know if he's been told, look, don't go mental, don't lose the ball or whatever. I don't know what he's been told, but to all accounts, what I was led to believe, the boy had pace, and we were wanting him in a game like that. If they're pushing up, ball goes up to him and off he goes. He's doing what that idiot of theirs was doing. That's what I was just thought his game was going to be about. But he's not done anything so far that I could turn around and say he's a player. I've not seen much of him, right enough. But he's not done anything like a trick, a shot, beat somebody. He's not done anything, actually. I don't know how you think of him.
Well, it looks as if there's a couple of times I've seen his pace, you think, okay, but it's all right having pace, you've got to use it. Yeah,
aye, so exactly, mate.
He's coming back from an injury. I would have liked him to score, even though I think it was a bit of a chance, even though it ended up half-side. I think if the ball ends up in the net, it still gives him a bit of confidence because the goal saved it. But hopefully he can get fitter, get more time, more game time, and improve. Bridgman?
Yeah, that's what we're all looking for. All the team to get their game time and improve all the way through. But I think Sakala, he's not had really much to do. He got an injury. He's just come back to the injury. I don't know what our expectations are of him, to be honest, because we know so little about him. But he only had one wee sniff of a chance the weekend. But the truth of the matter is, he'd have probably got crushed and trampled on and God knows what if he tried to run past him. That's the way I look at it. I'm pleased. Hopefully, apart from Helander getting injured, hopefully we're not carrying any other injuries. Hopefully Helander's isn't that bad. I think, was that not himself that did that? He twisted his knee or something? So, really pretty
cool. It looked as if it was done out in the wing when the boys sort of turned him. I think it might have been O'Halloran. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I think he actually done it during the goal. Mate, I think that's when it happened the first time. You see the goal, if you watch him, he looked to be jarred his knee then, and then just carried on playing. But hey ho. But by the way, I meant to say, we need to give Lundstrom a wee bit of credit here, by the way, because that was some boy, Sakala. I mean, that was a brilliant ball.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Everything was there, yeah.
Aye, it was excellent.
I like him. I'm hoping he's got all the Bridgman's hopes. He's going to come through and be a great player for us. That's what I want.
If he's firing boys about that, about Bridge, he'll be a hit. He'll be a hit. but that's all I've seen him. You know what I mean? But it was some ball. I'll give him his due. Well, I mean, I'll give him credit where credit's due with some ball.
I don't. We need what they're needing time. I was saying this last season. Sometimes we needed time, and we needed time to get players back. Unfortunately, you weren't getting that time. The big matches were coming upon us, just like they are now. We don't know what Stephen Gerrard's thoughts are regarding or the news that he's received. Has he received any news about Helander? And is he going to wait before he tells us? Are he going to wait till Wednesday when they travel before we can find out, that kind of thing? I just don't know.
It's Ibrox, mate. They've not got far to travel.
No, you know what I mean. Is he going to be there? Is he going to come? No matter what it is, he's going to be. He's going to be there. Is he going to be there for the training session, the final training session? Things like that. Somewhere along the line, nobody's going to tell us until they tell us. And I just don't know. I just don't know what's going on.
I don't even know if they will tell you, Bridge. I don't think the press conference will tell you.
Well, that's probably true as well. But obviously, when the teams are announced, we'll know that.
If somebody's got a knock, mate, they'll maybe give them to the last possible minute before they make a decision. Albert.
I mean, you got that with Golson, didn't you? He didn't give much away, Gerard. I mean, it's so close to the chest. And by the way, he's quite right. Why give other teams a step for a hint? No, I mean, so Golson, he didn't know Golson wasn't playing about an hour before the game. So Helander might be the same. Again, Golson might be back for the European games. So you don't know. I truly hope he is. I actually truly hope he is. Because that'll be a week. Thursday will be a week. I think it was Thursday we found out he was not going to be available or whatever it was for
no, you didn't find out till Saturday morning. I told you.
Saturday morning, that was official. But the rumours were there.
There was no rumours till Saturday morning.
Well, there was rumours.
I told you first. You heard it first on Rangers Radio.
First to you.
Yes, you speculated and I told you what it was, exactly what it was, didn't I?
You better not say that. You better not say you were first to tell us, but the Daily Record will be after you.
Oh, sorry about
that. That's true.
Don't be the first time they'll be after me, mate. Don't be the first time. All right, let's hear from you. Come on, get phoning in here. Come on.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right, first and foremost. Connor Golson, and obviously we can do with a fit Connor Golson fan and all cylinders for us on Thursday night. But we'll see what it takes us. You just have to deal with these things. It's modern football, isn't it, with COVID?
Well, I know. I missed him on Saturday. I missed him on Saturday's game. I think it was a big miss for us.
I think they dealt with a goal. Any difference?
Yes, indeed. Yes, he wouldn't. I don't think Helander would have been the man tackling the man stuck with, should I say, number 29. Golson deals with some of these things quite well, It's very rarely he's caught out, unless he blunders himself, of course, which we can't help. But there's very few players can get the better of him. He's running back towards his goal. Always sticks a leg out, does what he has to do, make it good. But I'm afraid, unfortunately for Helander, he just, like as I said, he was like Bambi on ice.
It wasn't Helander's area of the pitch, it was actually Balogun's area of the pitch.
I'm saying that, Helander wouldn't have needed to be there because Balogun was somewhere else, is following me. And Golson is normally quite good in that inside right channel or there inside left channel, so he's pretty good.
Well, that's a good point. We've talking for long enough. We'd like to have seen Balogun and Helander playing together. Well, that's seen them playing together. And I'll tell you one thing: they're no football playing centre halves, neither the two of them.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. But then it's the first time. Probably the first time they've been paired up together. So you would need to give them 2 or 3 games to let them see it. But Balogun, both of them made blunders. I mean, a couple of blunders. But the one for the goal was a huge blunder by him, by Helander. And the other one nearly scored because of Balogun's blunder. And both blunders were inside the box. So you
All right,
probably
I think
doing
we've been joined with our good friend Alex Fabershaw. How are we doing, Alex?
Good evening, Oxford, Bridgeman, Albert. How are we doing, lads? All right?
Hi, Alex.
Hey, Alex, how you doing, pal?
Alex.
I'm good, thank you.
Nah, what's on your mind, brother?
I'm just delighted with the result. Yeah. Basically, that's what it's about, getting the 3 points. We knew it was going to be a tough game in that. Sleeves rolled up. There's not much football played, as you know, but that's just part and parcel. The games that's coming. Basically, probably every team will play the exact same way, apart from maybe one or two. But that's exactly what it's all about. Didn't expect anything extra or anything different. I'm just glad they get there. They didn't want nothing doing. They began to play and they got the result. So all in round, it's a great result. You're top of the league, so it's been a good weekend.
Aye, Albert?
Aye, he's right, absolutely right, mate. And you're right, we're all expecting that type of game before it, and that's exactly what we got. So it wasn't any surprise to us. But one thing you just triggered something in my mind there when you said that we won nothing doing when we started play. I hope we don't get into that trend. We don't want to get back into that anymore, do we?
Oh, you're right there, Albert. But this is some things that happens. It's all about the tempo of the game we came out. And you're right enough. We can't keep going like that. But I was quite happy, you know. I know we lost a goal in that against our inner play and all. They didn't really look as if they were going to do either. But the goalkeepers never really had much of a save to make. So it was one of the kind of games in that. Apart from then, you know, they just want to rumble you up, kick you off the park. You know yourself with the names, McCart, Rooney. You can go through them all, Craig, the full lot. So it's none what we didn't expect. The boys in that were up there. It's 30 quid a ticket and £1 for postal. They're £31 to go to that game. There you go. That's what you're telling me.
Shocking. It's absolutely shocking, man. 31 quid for that. You want to give £3 to watch that one, you know.
That's a young team for you, you know what I mean? They're 15 in it away, up in the minibus, so they're prepared to follow the Rangers, and that's what it's about. They get a good day out.
A 6-seater it was, Albert.
15 with a 6-seater, you're a dancer.
You got to take your hat after them, but you really haven't. I mean, I know I say I wouldn't give them any money at these teams, but the young Bears, and I said it after the old Fulham game when I was at that. They boys know how to do it. They know how to do it. By the way, what an atmosphere that was! What an atmosphere!
Well, they create it. That's something we did the debate last time about away support and all that. And the kids just love it. They're up there first thing in the morning. They're meeting down at one of their pals at 9 o'clock in the morning. Minibus and away they go. Happy as Larry. You just want to go and follow the Rangers. Then you come back and you get the result. So it turned out a really good weekend, especially the Edinburgh Derby and all. They dropped a point. So we're top of the league. Let's be quite truthful. We get beat with Dundee and eat it. We've not been into first gear yet. And that's just top of the league now. We've just got to keep it going now and try and get a bit of consistency. We're going to be a bit short there at the defence, I think. The Fairlander, if he's out there, it looked as if it was a badging. Colston, we don't know there with the COVID and that. And you're going to rely on, let's be quite truthful, it'll be Big Balogun, and we'll probably put Big Bassey in there. That's a kind of worry against Leon, to be quite truthful, but we'll need to do it.
If Golson and Orlando are unable to be selected, my team, and I'll put it there, I don't want to discuss it too much tonight, we'll keep it for tomorrow night and Wednesday, but quickly, I would have McGregor in goals, Tab, Warner, Bassey, Balogun, Stephen Davis sitting in front, with Lundstrom, Aribo and Kamara, and then Morelos up top with a Kent free roll and Amina free roll right up top. So it'll be a 4-1-3-2. That's what I would go with. I would tell Kent and Morelos, give us everything you've got for 60 minutes and then bring Ruth and Sakala on.
Yeah, right.
Or somebody in that fold, yeah. You know what I mean? I get your point. I wouldn't be upset if Scott Wright going on. In fact, I might have put him on at the weekend there, but there you go.
I actually thought he was going to out in myself at the weekend. I actually thought they were going to bring him on, especially the last 10 minutes. That's no bad team. That's no bad team. You say Xerox there. To be quite truthful.
That's all. I would have really said it would be a change altogether for us because to give extra cover to the centre backs, I think he's a man who could do that.
Fair comment.
I don't mean playing centre half. I mean just play him slightly deeper than normal, you know.
But you're right, that'll be the kind of, I'll be round about that anyway, I'd imagine. But we could be a wee worried at the centre backs, to be quite truthful. But here's hoping we can pull through. But we just need to go on with it. The bottom line is it's a home game in Europe. The fans over there, the backing, and they're just going and get it all. Well, let's get after a good start and that and all. But I'm quite happy there. The weekend, as I say, we're up there. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and we've got through and we're top of the league. Move on to the next game now. So things is not as bleak as a lot of folk are saying.
No, I really hope that Goldson's fit. I really do. I hope he gets fit for this game. We can do him.
Oh, they're off it, Bridge. Oh, we're under Bridge and Goldson, Barisic, the whole lot of them.
For the game. I hope he's available for the game. We'd really do.
I hope so myself. I really do, but you can never tell now, Bridge, what's going on now, like, you know, so you just got to brace ourselves and see what happens.
You've got to see what it takes you. You can't deal injuries, illness. There's nothing to do about it all, but you've just got to deal with it.
That's it. You got to take the rough with the smooth, and we've got a big squad, and we've got a decent squad, so we should be able to handle it. No bother. But I think, and if these players are not, I know you don't want to talk about the game. I know you're keeping that, but if the centre halves are no fit, well, I think we'll need to outscore that Leon. I think we'll need to win the game. You know what I mean? So, but we'll need to outscore them.
Well, if we don't win the game, obviously the best bit after that is we don't lose the game, mate, you know, in the circumstances. Yeah. We'll see. Listen, if we come out there with the right attitude, we'll worry them. Because if good boys play, we know they're good enough to take them off. Seen it, this same group of players. Alex?
Absolutely. Yeah. They go in there with that music to dive out Thursday night with the crowd behind them. They'll be up for it, Rangers, no matter what team he puts out. It's just that we'd prefer to put our strongest defenders out in that, you know, centre defenders, but they're playing the Rangers for a reason. They cannot play fit without anybody in the first place, so what they've got to do is go on with it. I'm looking forward to it now, that's it. And we've got a right good chance here and all. Let's get a good run in that Europa and all, and we'll take it from there. But it's a game at a time. That's the next one. We're on now, so move on to Thursday night.
I feel that this is the league started, the season starting now, isn't it? You feel that the team's going to click now. You know what I mean? As you're saying, regardless who they put out, regardless, as I'll say, regardless, just feel that this is the start of it now. This is it getting serious now. Let's get going here.
We're winning another couple of games in the league, and then it becomes a reasonable start to the season, doesn't it?
Oh, aye, definitely, isn't it? I mean, right now, I think it's a decent start to do. I've not got any complaints now, to be honest with you. This last season was an exceptional season, as I said, so this is a normal start of a season.
I wonder how it compares to the last season at this time.
We're a point behind, Bridgeman.
We're a point behind where we were last season.
After 5 games, we had 12.
That's okay, isn't it? That's okay.
So after 5 games, we had 1-4 drew one, so we had 13, and this time we've got 12.
Where were we in the league?
We won the tap after 5 games. They were last season.
So they've got somebody said there were two promoted teams in the first 2 games of the season. 2 newly promoted teams.
They had Hearts and didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
that was just Bridgeman. Come on, it's a random computer. You can't do that.
Of course it is. Of course it is. The greatest Babbage. It's a Babbage computer.
Aye.
Right, we've got a wise man on here, Alex. You know your football, mate. You're always coming across I think in the first half at times we had 80% possession, mate. We've got to turn that into chances, and then more chances become goals. We're not making enough chances, mate.
Correct. That is the problem we've got now. They look good bits at odd spells will look quite good, you know. But the final ball, some of the decision making's a wee bit kind of off the now. The passes either going too long or it's too short or it's maybe the wrong angle and that. But we need to create more chances for the guys up front. Morelos, to be quite truthful, many times they kicked the ball. It was very, very poor performance. He was very poor, but you're up against it, man. These big defenders are there to rumble you up, you know.
But no service neither, mate. No service.
No service. No, you're right enough. It's just one of the things. We're just going to be used to that, but we can hope we can get into a better tempo. The first 5-10 minutes tells you how we're usually going to play. We start playing that slow, lethargic way, and it's, you know yourself, that team just, who it is, they just come on and have a go at you. And there's no much football with these teams at all. It's just a kick up the park and basically kick you and hopefully get a free kick and that. And that's how they usually play, all these teams. So we've got to be better than that, Rangers. But I'm sure it'll come. Definitely sure it'll come. Last year, we call it, as you say, I'll never be equalised again what we've done last year. And we'll start to have, because we get beat with Malmo and that, you know, people are a wee bit down in the dumps. That just came too early for us, I thought. Then the league game at Dundee United, we never even competed, to be quite truthful. So that was our downfall there. And that's what will happen if we don't get... You've got to win the fight first with these games, man, and then take it on for there. But we're definitely, that's us in top of the league now. And it's no as bleak as what people's making it. I don't read the papers, but you're reading it in social media, what they're all doing and what they're not doing. Now it's Hearts and Hibs. They've got a new lease of life. They've just come up with what they're going to be doing. And it's good to get a bit of competition in that. But see if Rangers play at all. Rangers will beat any of the teams. Hands down.
Yeah, I agree. But we need to play, Albert.
Aye, definitely. Right. If we play, we win. We just keep saying that. I watched a bit. I've not watched a Scottish game other than Rangers. It must be 10 years now. And I say to myself, I'm going to sit down and watch this Heart and Hibs game yesterday. I watched the first half. That was... And all they've got is a bit of dig and a bit of fight. That's it. That's that. Football-wise, nah. I don't see anything to be worried about. I'm saying if you play like that and is open to that against us, we'll take about 4 or 5 of both of you. Because I don't see any. Hearts are just all effort. It's just roll up sleeves and get tore in. So I've got nothing, no worry about them, and I've got no worry with that Hibs because their defence is stinking, absolutely stinking. So I'm looking at it and I'm going, one thing I found strange was Woodburn playing for Hearts. That's not right. That's a Rangers name. He should be playing with Rangers, that boy. He shouldn't be playing with them.
I get what you're saying there, but he's not a bad player, the boy. Not a bad player.
Aye, a couple of nice touches, the boy. He really did. But no worries. I'm with Al. I don't see any worry. I really don't. It's just down to us. We play, we win, and play, we will. I liked what the fact that when the wee fight started after the penalty kicks on Saturday there, that you seen the team getting up for it. Is it fighting you want? Well, fighting you're getting. So I liked that, but it shouldn't take that to get us going. I mean, we really should be at it for the kick-off. But it's a difficult thing, isn't it? It's a difficult thing to keep that going.
I've got, as I say, and I think I said it on Saturday, Alex, and I'll say it again, mate, I've got a slight problem with our tactics away from home. That's a couple of games, and Kent's been, I don't know where he's ended up playing in the middle, and I think you want him playing against defenders, fullbacks, and isolating them, mate, yeah?
Well, that's what you want him out in the wing there to take them on and get by. Aye, it looks as if it's a bit really congested in there for him. I don't know what his role was there, but you've got these defenders that you're talking about and that, you know, Rooney, Christ McCart, your Jimmy played along with that McCart. We've played against them umpteen times and that right through, and they were only young boys. They're all Celtic diehards, these boys. Don't want kids on anyway. So that's another incentive for them. So when they're playing against the Rangers, that's saying they're really up for it.
Everything's on the part, isn't it?
Aye, okay, you can see. Then they're all that. Then you've got Colum, he's a school teacher out here, right? So, and his refereeing skills, you've seen it there. It was absolutely diabolical for a referee, man. Some of the stuff was shocking, absolutely shocking.
Again.
Shocking. And there
It's
was
the first
a
time I've
comment
ever
on
heard
that
Bridge.
Sky. There's a comment in Sky and that, that Andy Walker and that Jack Crocker deals with. And he brought up a thing there about, he says, and it's the great John Gregg's 79th birthday today. And I thought, brilliant. And I thought that Walker at least made some kind of compliment. Never even says a thing. That just helped me about it,
Too bitter, pal. We don't do that. Too bitter.
Very, very bad. Yep.
It's the first time I've ever heard Bridge blame a referee for a bad performance. There you go.
I tell you what, seriously, if you get you angry with him, don't you? It's just shocking stuff, shocking. That wee Kent, it must be bruises all the way up his legs. That's just terrible.
He does get a bad treatment, Bridge. I admit that, but I just don't understand this. I don't know, putting him into the middle. I don't think it's helping Alfie. I don't think it's helping Kent. And obviously,
you think he's just not got? Think he's just got a free role, and that's where he wants to go.
That's what it looks like. I don't know what you think. It looks as if it's part of the tactics. Now it's happened too often. Alex, then
I think. Oh, sorry.
On you go, Albert. Carry on.
I think that is his role in the team, a free role, because on his game he can destroy any team. You know that, but at the moment it's not working. I don't know if other teams have worked it out what he's trying to do, but he doesn't seem to get the ball, as you pointed out, in the right positions at the moment. And then when he does get the ball, there's a couple of times he got the ball and you're like, drive, but he's not driving anywhere. He's stopping, cutting back, or he's getting the pass. He sort of controls the ball and then passes it straight away. You're like that. You were to that position last year. You weren't doing that. You were. That was the position you were wanting. And when you got it, you were driving and committing players to come at you and try and get the ball off you. But this year he doesn't seem to be. He's taking the easy option every time. Don't get me wrong. There is sometimes that you want to pass the ball right away. I'm not saying he has to dribble every time.
No,
he's not dribbling at all now. Aye, exactly, mate. Mix it up. But he's not driving at all now. I don't know if that's instructions. I don't know if he's carrying an injury. I don't know if he's just a fun. I don't know. But there's something not right with the boy. He's not the player he was, and you don't become a bad player. You don't have his skill and then all of a sudden become a bad player. It just doesn't happen.
Oh, no. Well, I think it'll be all right, mate, but I just think we'll just tweak things, Alex, and we need to either used to it or we need to revert to type.
Well, that's right. You don't know what the tactics was there. But you've got to remember, I mean, he took some tackles there. I watched there, man. They were just trying to kick lumps at him. Certainly his performances have not been the same as last year, whether it's a dip in form or other things going on in that. It's maybe carrying a bit of injury. But he's one of the match winners for us. So I prefer him at the wing and all just going there at the byline, then getting down and then cutting in and taking his shots and that. So we'll wait and see what happens. And Thursday, I'll tell you one, we'll need them all. They'll all need to be out of 10s on Thursday, every one of them, to get a result here on Thursday night.
Aye. We're not playing any mugs, Alex.
Certainly no. But there's what do you call it? Oh, see, we've bet better teams than them mugs there, Ibrox and that, in Europe and that. So it's not down to how Rangers, how they go about the business, get the tactics properly, and they go in the park. And they tear to everything that Stevie Gerrard and Gary McAllister's told them. And the team that they put out, just get the sleeves rolled up. And with the backing of the support and that, I'm sure what would you call it, get the result.
Yeah. Where's that Leon sitting? In the league, mate?
I
couldn't tell you.
I'll tell you.
Just behind
just for you. Only for you. I know they won it the weekend. I know that. But we'll just need to see what it takes us, Albert. Just give us a minute, mate, and I'll find it for you.
That's it. I mean, you're right, Ali. It's just a case of just get on with it and get this job done. But you're right, they need to be on their form. I mean, they all need to be on their form. I'm convinced they'll do it. They'll do it. They'll do it some games and no do it other games, but they grind out results. That's what's going to happen this season. No, I mean, we're not going to go in this silky run that everybody thinks we're going to go, and it's not going to happen this season like that. I'm telling you, we didn't do it last year either. We ground out a lot of results last year, and that's what's going to happen this year. So I think we need to get our heads around that and stop looking for this utopia brand of football that we all think we can play. We can play good football at times in certain games, but we can't play brilliant football every game, no matter what competition we're in. We've got to accept the fact that you've got to roll the sleeves up sometimes and just dig in and win the game. And that's exactly what they've done on Saturday.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. The Rangers come to town, that's a big game, no matter who we're playing. And all these teams, what you call it, they get to, and it's a cup tie for them, just to get the scalp off the Rangers and that. So we're not expecting any extra. The beginning of the season's always a little bit like that. Then it kind of peters out. After New Year, you can see who all falls away. It's a bit like the Grand National. You see them all running in the ground the first time, and the next thing they all start falling down at the fences, you know. Before you turn around, you're away out in front.
Boy, David.
You're going to watch for the fences. Mate, they've took 8 points out of 15, mate.
So they're no brilliant form themselves, are they?
No.
That's it. So, hey ho. We've beat them before, as pointed out. They're not put it this way, they're no Barcelona, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or anything like that. So, I got a fair shout at this.
Their game in the weekend's pretty similar to us. Obviously, we play Motherwell and they're away to PSG.
Aye. There's not much between Motherwell and PSG right enough. So I can see your point.
No, it's all about winning, Alex. It's all about winning.
Nothing Barty's a bit of a mug, isn't he?
You're on about it because it's Dumbelly is coming up more. This if you've got the part of four, he's blagging out. He's got to be doing and that. The other one, he scored the goal. Him, it was with Celtic and all that. Defender that had for Man City and loan. Sorry?
Diner or something like that.
Aye, he scored one of the goals there at the weekend. But what you've got to remember, see when that Dumbelly played us, by the way, Rob Kiernan and all these guys was up against, man. He's only got up against new world class defenders, even a bit if it's no Coast Hollander. Big Balogun, and that's a different kettle of fish, and also he just let him go, man.
Nobody walks through our defence the way they did before and scored 2 goals against us.
Absolutely not.
That ain't going to happen.
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Well, gentlemen, we've done as many callers. We went for quality tonight, and then Alex phoned in. Always great to hear from you, Alex.
No, a great show, by the way. Absolutely fantastic show. Credit to everyone. He's there. Great.
It's a team effort, and you're part of the team.
It's part of it, all right.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Pleasure.
Aye, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it myself, but I'd like more people to phone in. I don't know where they are, but let's phone in for the rest of the week, guys. I know you're out
there. Yeah. It's over to you, Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? By the way, Alex, CCG came out with that song. Noticed that Aberdeen have hardly won a game. Scotland.
He's up. Okay, Bridgeman, is Sino getting fun out now? Eh?
Oh, absolutely. Every minute of every game he's getting it, by the way.
Love it, man.
Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, it's coming up. 3 sleeps, and then the big game comes, and I'm so looking forward to it. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us, and they're going to need us on Thursday. And I hope, Golson, get yourself ready, please. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us.
Here. Thanks to all Ben and Bridge for joining us here on Rangers Radio, and Alex and Big Al, all the way from Australia, for phoning in. Can I send my regards to Rudy Bear and his family? They've had a COVID situation going on, and I hope everything works out well for Rudy. Rudy was due to be with us tomorrow night. Can't make it for obvious reasons. And Southside is kindly volunteered to fill Rudy's shoes. So you might have to put an extra couple of sandwiches away. Bridgeman, we can keep them in the freezer. Rudy's not about tomorrow. Right, thanks for listening. Please stay safe. That COVID's still there. Take it easy, everybody. And thanks to Fox and Terry for doing the technicals. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking of all things Rangers, but we'll be joined by Southside. Take it away.
Thanks, folks. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Who's that team they call it Rangers? Who's that team they all adore? They're the boys with loyal word and strong mentality, and the heart to show the world what they can do. Some people say Real Madrid the biggest football team. I've even heard the Anderlecht the best they've ever seen. The Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur too. There's Arsenal, Chelsea, Blackburn, just to name a famous few. Who's that team they call it Rangers? Who's that team they all